I've never told this to anyone. Not my wife, not my friends, not even myself, until now. Some stories don't stay in the past. They sit inside you like a small stone in your shoe. You can keep walking, you can pretend it's fine, but every step reminds you it's there. And one day, if you stop, you have to deal with it. This happened at night, on a stretch of highway where, after 10 p.m., there's nothing but darkness, your headlights, and your thoughts. I was driving home after a late shift. The road ahead appeared only in pieces, whatever my headlights could reach. Everything else was swallowed by the dark. I was exhausted, driving on autopilot, my mind drifting to things I hadn't fixed, words I never said, choices that seemed small at the time until they weren't. And that's when I saw him.
He was standing on the shoulder of the road, alone. No car, no bag, no flashlight. Just standing there, as if he'd stepped out of the darkness and decided to wait. I remember easing off the gas without thinking. You don't stop for strangers out here at night. Everyone knows that. But there was no panic in him. No waving, no begging. He just looked at me like he already knew I was going to stop. When he got into the passenger seat, I felt a chill. Not cold air, but something deeper. The kind of feeling you get when something is wrong and you can't explain why. He didn't say thank you, didn't ask where I was going. He just looked straight ahead. After a few seconds, he spoke. "You're going the wrong way." I laughed nervously and said something like, "I'm almost home." He shook his head. "Not the road," he said. "I mean, your life."
Then he said my name, my full name, with the exact tone and rhythm only one person from my past ever used. My mouth went dry. The radio crackled and went silent. My phone suddenly showed no signal. It felt like the world had shrunk to the inside of that car. 15 years ago, he said, you didn't turn right. I knew immediately what he meant. That night, that road, that choice. I wasn't careless. I wasn't reckless. I just didn't want a difficult conversation. I told myself, later, and later never came. You can't know that, I said, my hands shaking on the steering wheel. He looked at me, not with judgment, but with something close to a pity. I know where this road ends, he said, if you don't stop now. I slammed on the brakes. The car jolted. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears. I turned to the passenger seat. It was empty. No movement. No sound. The door was still closed. I got out of the car. Fog drifted slowly across the pavement. The silence was so deep I could hear myself breathing. I walked a few steps up and down the road. Nothing. No footprints. No sign anyone had ever been there. I got back in and kept driving. Slowly. Carefully. A few miles later, my headlights caught a wooden cross on the side of the road. Old. Leaning. Almost forgotten. I pulled over and read the plaque beneath it. Unknown man. Killed here in the night. 1987. The year I was born. I don't know who that man was. And honestly, I'm not sure I want to. But from that night on, I changed. I stopped delaying phone calls. I said the things I was afraid to say. I made turns on the road and in life that I used to avoid. Because sometimes life doesn't give you a second chance. Sometimes it gives you a warning. And if you've listened to this story all the way to the end, maybe that's not an accident. Maybe somewhere on your road, something or someone is already waiting. The question isn't who it will be. The question is simple. When the moment comes, will you stop?